any Muslim leaves his religion and becomes a non-Muslim, becomes an apostate, then the penalty is death. So every country has its own law, its rules and regulation. And most of the countries, one of the highest punishments is for treason. For example, if a person is working in the army and if he leaks the important thing of the country, all the vital points and the information to the enemy, it is called as treason. Most of the countries, if anyone does treason, sells the important blueprints and documents of the country to the enemy, many of the countries, the death penalty, many of the countries have life imprisonment.
Zakir said that if any Muslim leave his religion and become an apostate, then the penalty is death. Again, based on the same primary and secondary sources of Islam, Zakir is also telling the truth. But what is the reason? Zakir gave an analogy of treason. This analogy is popular among the Muslim now. Just like parrots, they repeated what Zakir Naik said. Anybody with a critical mind would know that treason is not the same as apostasy. In treason, the person leaks about any secret defense or offense information to the enemy, where the enemy could use to counterattack and take over the country. The effects of treason can be a war between two countries, destruction of millions of lives and properties. Whereby apostasy has no such effect. When an apostate leaks the barbaric, ridiculous and evil teachings in Islam, none of Muslims' properties and lives are lost. Let's continue with the video.
It's only in the Islamic state of law if that Muslim who becomes a murtad and then propagates his new faith and deceives the people, that's the time this penalty is put. For example, if in a school, if I appoint a teacher, mathematics teacher, she is teaching 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Then tomorrow she teaches 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. So, but naturally I won't keep her in my school. The same way, the punishment for such a murtad in Islamic state, it is death.
So similar to Ali Dawa, Zakir also said the same thing about apostates, that we propagates our new faith and deceive the people, or in other words, spreading corruption. When in fact, we merely stated the facts and truth about Islam. Zakir gave another analogy of a math teacher that taught 2 plus 2 equal 5 would not be kept in the school, meaning to say the teacher will be fired. In the real world, such teacher would not be fired, but called to correct the teachings, and if the teacher still insist, only then be fired or asked to teach other subjects. Still, the teacher will not be killed. This analogy isn't very good. So two famous Islamic preachers have spoken the truth about Islam. And this is great because they themselves have admitted to the barbaric laws in Islam. In the past, majority of Muslims get angry when we say Islam has death penalty for apostasy. Many of them denied it. But now, since so many ex-Muslims and critics of Islam have spoken up about it, they no longer can hide it. Instead now, they proudly admitted it. And for that we must be thankful to them, and we shall continue to speak about more barbaric, ridiculous and evil teachings of Islam, until they cannot deny them anymore. And then the whole world will know the true face of Islam.